for my culture, I fight for my city. I represent a lot. I've always been one to carry a lot on my back, and this is bigger than just wrestling. This is bigger than just me. You know, I represent too much. I represent too many. Especially where I come from, you know, it's important for me to be that guy that people where I come from can say, like, yo, if he did it, I can do it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Sports Jedi Network Heal the Ring podcast. We got our boy Chris in here. What's up, Chris? Are you ready, man?
I'm been ready for this my whole life. I'm so ready for this. I'm get to talk to one of my heroes today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and un privilegio to bring in someone from my part of the borough that saw me grow up and see him grow up from the Bronx to the world. Nuestro gallo, puertorriqueño, New Yorkino, the one and only, the next TNA world champion, Mike Santana. What's up, Mike?
Bienvenido, yo. What's good, boys? How's it going?
Doing well. Blessed that you're here with us on this couple days before Slammiversary. Yo te quiero hacer la pregunta. Primero de nada, you are our gallo, man. What does it represent, you returning back to TNA and being in the biggest main event of the company, your second time around, and representing not only the culture, everyone here from the Bronx, just a kid. I'm a man from the Bronx, from the projects like you. You are an inspiration. Talk to us, man.
Man, it's been quite the journey. If you've been following what I've been doing the past couple of years and just everything that I've been through to get to where I'm at today, man, it's been a roller coaster ride, to say the least. But God is good, and when you put in the work, you get the results. You know what I mean? So I'm a firm believer in everything, every struggle, everything that you go through in your life. You use that as fuel. You know what I mean? And that's exactly, like, you have a choice in life. Either you want it or you don't want it. And I'm the type that, like, you could either use your struggles and your battles to defeat you, or you could use them to defeat other things. You know what I mean? And that's what I've done my entire life. So in this sport and in my profession, it's no different. I use everything that has gotten me here to keep, you know, pushing me forward. So I'm thankful. And yeah, man, this main event, Slammiversary, is huge, you know, because I feel like a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I've heard rumblings of people saying, oh, like, they don't know why I'm in this main event. And that's okay. And that's okay. You know why? Because I like proving people wrong. I've been doing that my entire life. And I did it when I decided to bet on myself, and I left one place and I bet on myself and I put the weight on my back and I made it happen. And look what happened. I'm about to main event in New York at the biggest show in TNA Wrestling's history. So get at me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Mike, I've been such a big fan of you since 2017. I was watching LAX. I loved all that.
Yeah.
You come, you leave TNA, you go to another place. Now you're back at TNA. You return at Rebellion, which I popped as soon as before your theme song hits in Santana. I knew it was you right away.
Yeah.
I popped so hard. Kind of, what does this, second run in TNA kind of mean for you? Is it, you have some unfinished business to take care of? Is that kind of why you went back to TNA? Talk a little bit about what this second run means to you.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, unfinished business. And also TNA was the place that put me on the map initially on a national platform, right? So I felt like at the time when I left TNA the first time, we had accomplished pretty much everything that there was to do there, right? We were 4-time tag team champions. We were longest reigning tag team champions. And at that time, we needed more growth and we needed more experience to go out there and do other things. But at this, second juncture of my career and betting on myself and really starting, fresh, I felt like I needed to come back to TNA, and I came back with something to prove. And thankfully, they've been gracious enough to give me the opportunities to continue proving myself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they believed in me, and they saw the same thing that I saw in myself. So that's a recipe for success, right?
Yes, sir.
And I've been thankful to have created a lot of magic moments since being back, and it's been a journey, bro. Like just with anything, and I'm thankful that I'm here. And again, everything has led me to this moment. And Sunday, my music is gonna hit, and I'm gonna be home, and I'm gonna be carrying that flag on my back. I'm gonna be
Yeah, you
carrying my
are.
people on
Yes,
my
you
back.
are.
Hell yeah. And there's no better way to do it, man. Like I feel bad for Trick and for Joe, because like again, there was people saying, "Oh, I'm stepping in the ring in this main event." Nah, Papa, y'all stepping in the ring with me.
That's right.
That's right. Let's
That's
talk about
right.
that. Let's talk about that. Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
right, right.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say how wild it is. By the way, we're gonna be in attendance. I'm
Yes.
flying from Orlando, Florida. Yo vengo de Orlando. We're coming from Orlando. Chris is coming from Pennsylvania. We're gonna be there.
Hell
We're
yeah.
gonna be rooting our butts for you. We want to make sure that you're gonna go over with our cheers, with our love. Win, lose, or draw. We know you're winning, but still, we're gonna be we're prophesizing it in the world there.
Hell yeah.
And we know that representation there for just everyone from, like you said in that video, and immersed, from people that look like you, that are from you, from where, like myself, we looked at that and palante. You know what? Life could give us a couple of knockdowns. Trust me, I've been through some knockdowns myself, but the climb to that mountain, that journey is going to be a pleasure and a privilege to watch this here. How is this significant when that opportunity, when you see your daughter, because it's realism. How does that feel to you, man, to see that and seeing where you have been and now where you're going to go? Tell us about that experience, that feeling, because man.
Bro, she saved my life. As you know, if you know the story, she wrote that letter, and she forced me to take a look at myself and make changes. You know what I mean? Much changes that needed to be made, and I'm thankful for that. And every day since that day has been as an honor to her and a thank you to her, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. And the fact that I get to continue having this job and living this dream and showing her that anything is possible, man, like what better story has been told for her to see me at rock bottom, to see me at my very worst, bro, to now see me at the highest I can be, right? Like just for her to witness that and for her to be a part of that is everything, because ultimately what we want for our children is to give them a better life than we had and to show them that anything is possible. And I feel like I've been the epitome of that for her. And she's going to be there Sunday, front row, and she's going to see her poppy have his moment, and she's going to be a part of it. And she knows, because I tell her all the time, like, you are the reason all this is happening. And it's scary to think where I would be if she didn't write that letter, but she did, and I'm here, and I'm better than ever, and I'm, it's surreal, bro. It's surreal when I think about it. It's humbling because, again, we didn't have a lot of heroes to look up to, right? We didn't have a lot of people that look like us to be like, hey, I want to be like this guy or like that guy. You know what I mean? And the fact that I get to do that for my people and where I come from, that shit is everything to me. And even better that I get to do it for my own kid, that she could look at someone like her father who looks like her and say, yo, Poppy did it, I could do it. So yeah,
That's beautiful. I love that. I want to talk about your traveling, because ever since you have been making appearances on NXT, you're all over the place. You're all over the place. You're traveling everywhere. How does your body adjust to the traveling? And, because you still come out every single night with the same passion, the same energy like you do every single night. How's the traveling? How does that take a toll on your body? And how does that make you, still go out there the next day and still give it your all?
It sucks, first of all.
Yeah, you're going from the West Coast, East Coast to Orlando. You were just in Puerto Rico también.
Yeah, it's crazy. So, we're human, bro. You know, we're human and we get tired, we get beat up, we get, you know, but one thing that I try to what keeps motivating me too is the fact that like there was a chance that I wouldn't be here. There was a chance that I wouldn't be doing this. And those are the things that keep me going. And you know, also I've thankfully as I've gotten older and gotten wiser, I learned different ways of taking care of my body and making sure that I take time to do that, you know, because at the end of the day, we got one body and it don't last forever. You know,
No, sir, it does not.
so our job, this is how we make our money. So my job is to continue doing what I got to do to upkeep this, and I do what I got to do in the gym and with eating and with sleep. Well, I don't sleep much anyway, but but yeah, man, it's a tough grind. It's a tough business, but I'm built for this, and this, like I said, either you want it or you don't want it. Whatever you want in life, whatever you want to accomplish, it takes sacrifice. And you know, like I've said this, somebody once told me that nothing great in life is given to you without it taking something away.
Yes.
Right. And for me, God has given me this life, and God has given me the opportunity to be successful in this. But he's gonna have to take something away too. You know what I mean? I can't have the cake and eat it too sometimes. But yeah, man, like I'm thankful, and like you said, I come out with that same energy.
Same energy every night.
And honestly, is because the fans deserve that. The fans deserve it because I feed off of y'all energy. So when I go in the building and y'all giving me that energy, I'm gonna give it right back. You know, so for all the fans listening to this and all the fans wherever, keep giving me that energy, please, because I need it.
Always.
And there's nothing a little black coffee can help, bro.
A little cafe bustelo espresso right there in the morning.
Yeah.
I see the post. I see the post from the balcony. I see the post
Yep.
giving thanks.
Yep.
I see the post. Let me ask this question. Your rise is so organic. You know, you're not just the people's champion. Tu nuestro campeón. Put it that way. You know, some people might have a story to finish. Para mí, tú tienes un destino. You have a destiny to complete.
Yeah.
And I think that's July 20th. Talk about, you know, I say this, things happen in life for a good reason. At the moment, it could be the worst thing that can happen, you know, in our past, but it brings the light to where we at now. Tell us about that. You know, things happen for a good reason. And see, if you would have asked you 2 years ago about where you're at now, you would have said you're bugging. Is that true?
Honestly, yeah, 2 years ago, like today I made 881 days sober. So, you know, a little over 2 years. And, you know, I kind of went into this with I'm going to put my absolute everything in, and I'm going to see where it takes me. Whether it takes me here, it takes me there, or it gets me to this main event. Like, I wasn't even really thinking of that. I was chasing greatness, and whatever that greatness was what I was chasing. And but yeah, I mean, there was many moments where, because again, we're human, right? We have that self-doubt. We have that little voice in our head sometimes that creeps in and that starts to question us, like, yo, do you really got it? Are you really about that life? And early on, I had a few moments like that. But also, again, I trust myself. And nobody's going to do the work that I'm going to do. And when you have a belief in yourself, bro, that's unbreakable. You know what I mean? And that's just where I'm at. And yeah, of course, there was moments, like I said, there was moments where I was like, man, am I really going to do this? But then I would be like, yeah, I'm really going to do this. This is what we're going to do.
For you being in WWE and you heading to the Performance Center, I'm just curious to know, you know, now that you've been there for a couple weeks, how do you feel like the crowd? Because, you know, those Performance Centers, they have their favorites. They have their favorites that they love. How do you think, or how do you feel like the crowd has responded to you walking out in the Performance Center? I think you get the biggest pop of the night, even all. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's been insane, bro. Like you said, they're very loyal to their people.
They are.
And honestly, when I went in that first match that I had with Tavion Heights,
yes, sir,
I didn't know how I was going to be received. I didn't know. Honestly, like I had this thing where it's like, yo, I'm gonna come out and they're gonna either boo me or it's gonna be crickets. And when my music hit and I came up from those bleachers, bro, that rush of like it was any kind of doubt that I had, any kind of like hesitation or whatever, that shit went right out the window. Because as soon as I came up and the people saw me, it was on from there. And I'm thankful, man, because that crowd they taken me in like one of their own, And the same thing was in the Performance Center where like I've been around a long time in the business and I've come across a lot. I've worked with a lot of people. So, a lot of the office people and stuff like that are people that I've worked with before and that, I've known for a long time.
Right.
So going there for the first time and seeing familiar faces was definitely refreshing. But yeah, man, like it's been surreal, and I'm thankful that crowd has welcomed me.
I love it.
Get ready because the crowds are going to get even packed for TNA now.
Yeah.
The arena and UBS Arena, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I know when we had Mr. Silver on last week, we just told them we see big arenas. We even see a stadium show in a few years, for you guys, and it's an exciting journey to see the uprising in this venue. Now, let me ask this: this is a question I probably know the answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. You're a short-term, long-term type of guy, and this is a number for you. I want you to remember: 256 days, but it begins Sunday. Now, what you refer is that's the longest reigning TNA champion in history, 256 days. You remember that number? I need you to bring
Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You got it.
That's who holds that record.
Yes, sir.
I want to beat it because Josh is one of my best friends. And we were always in competition with each other. And when he crowned me the new standard of TNA after our I Quit match, I told him, I'm going to beat your record. That's my goal. That's my plan. I want to beat his record if I become TNA champ.
Love it.
Mike, so we're good friends with Matt Awesome. Matt Awesome, Jared Diaz, the Uptown Boys. When we asked them about you, you're like the guy that, all these New York independent wrestlers look up to in the scene. We've gotten the pleasure and privilege to talk to a lot of them, that some of your friends you've been in the car with. I'm just curious to know, what does it mean for you and how important is it for you to, make sure those young guys coming up from your city are getting the exposure and the, talent, recognition they deserve? Because I know you, for House of Glory Puerto Rican weekend, that's kind of your big thing that you used to do, where it's like, you want to give these guys a spotlight. And I think you've been doing a really good job the last 2 years with that.
Yo.
Yeah, we hear you. We got a little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll get it in a minute. Of course, this Sunday, July 20th at the UBS Arena, we have Slammiversary. We have 1/3 of the main event, Mike Santana, joining us here on the Sports Jedi Network. We'll get his internet real quick because we got a couple questions more and we'll wrap it up. We know he's got a lot of time. I know he's tired from traveling from Orlando and doing a bunch of media.
Last one.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up in a minute here once his internet comes in, and we'll definitely get that going. So we got Mike Santana on. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel. We do the interviews here on all the different independent wrestlers from, all across, from New York to Puerto Rico to Texas and so forth. And now, of course, we had Carlos Silva, the TNA president, now the 1/3 and soon to be TNA world champion, Mike Santana. So we'll get him back up. Hopefully his internet connection is working there. But we appreciate the time on it. But we'll ask him one more question to wrap up so he could have the rest of the night. I know he's probably exhausted.
Yeah, no, it's still, we get the honor and privilege to even have these couple conversations with Mike Santana and TNA President Carlos Sovo. We're just thankful for everybody over at TNA and, for allowing us, to do something like this. We're going to get Mike back on.
Let me bring him back on. Let me add him here. There he is. Here we go. Vaya, wepa.
Going back to your question.
Yeah, because this will be the last question. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy guy.
Very important question.
Yes, sir.
So going back to how important it is for these young guys to so I don't know, you guys know I created the whole the Mike Santana's Puerto Rican weekend.
We watched all of it. We love it.
Yeah, so the whole purpose of that show was to highlight and showcase, Boricuas from the city and from the outskirts to come in and get more notoriety and get more spotlight on them. And that's why something like that was created. Also, my mentors growing up and coming in the business were guys like Homicide, guys like Low Key, like Amazing Red, the SATs. Like I came up under like the real that nitty gritty New York crew. And I remember, coming up and them being so gracious and so giving as far as their knowledge and taking me under their wing because they saw that I was someone that took it serious and that wanted to really pursue this. Right. So one thing that Homicide always taught me, and a lot of those guys will teach me, is that you always pay it forward when it's your turn. And that's something that always sticks with me. So for guys that are coming up in the city and other Boricuas, like if there's any way that I could pay it forward the same way that those guys did for me, that's how I keep this business running. You know what I mean? And everybody that I help and everyone that I've mentored or whatever the case is, I tell them the same thing. When it's your turn to do it, pay it forward. And that's how we keep this going, So yeah, man, I just I tell them all, like, either you want it or you don't want it. So you're going to put in the work or you're not. It's plain and simple. It's as easy as that. And yeah, so I'm thankful that I get to be that guy for them.
Yes, sir. That was my last one. Good.
All right. My final question. Tell us here your final mission statement here. This is probably, I don't know if you have another interview, but for us, nuestra gente, nuestra cultura, if you want to say it in English or Spanish, don't matter. Tell us your mission statement here for this UBS Arena main event here. This could be my final question. The floor is yours.
For those who have been following this journey and those who've been on this ride with me, from family, friends, from fans, anywhere around the world, especially in Nuestra Isla, especially in our city. I can't thank y'all enough because at the end of the day, y'all the reason why I'm in this main event. At first, the match was just announced as Trick versus Joe, and y'all made y'all voices heard loud and clear that y'all were not having it, right? So this one is for y'all. This one is for everyone that made their voice heard and for everyone that has supported me and they've, waved that flag because, like, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of flags waving at UBS Arena. And
we'll be there waving it too.
Yeah, man, I just want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to all of those people. And again, like I said, I ain't going to UBS to lose. I cannot, and I said this before and I'll say it again. Joe and Trick are stepping in the ring with me, and they come in across a different type of breed of animal, bro. So the fire's lit, and the only thing that's missing is getting to Sunday and me walking in that building and turning shit up.
Love it. I love it. Pa'lante, like your word says. Pa'lante. Siempre. And we're going to go into the Pa'lante era or Born Nasty era for TNA begins July 20th. Mike, es un orgullo, un placer. for you to be on with us. Gracias a montón. You know, we are uber fans of yours. Trust us. We are, you know, to us, this is our dream come true for you to join and have a conversation with you. Just a regular conversation. Gracias un millón. We're going to be there. I don't know if we ever get to see you. We get to see you. We do. We don't. But and we're going to be there supporting you. I'm about to lose my voice just yelling out. I'm going to. You're going to make this 40-plus-year-old man a fanboy that day. Pero you know what? Es un orgullo, a pleasure. Y que Dios te bendiga, you and your family, and be safe there. And best of luck. And I know it's going to happen, man. Hopefully. You may want to, you're more than open to come back with that gold around your shoulder, because we want to celebrate you. The platform is always open, and bienvenido de nuevo. Gracias de nuevo, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
No, seriously, like I said, I've been watching you since 2017. This is a dream come true. You're such, you mean, like Ariel said about Bret Hart, how he means, you mean that to me in our culture. So I appreciate you so much. I'll be rooting at the UBS Arena for you, and God bless you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man. That's Mike Santana, your soon-to-be TNA World Champion, joining us here on the Sports Jedi Network. Un millón de gracias. Thank you so much. You know, that was a great opportunity to have that conversation. I could have went longer, but I just did not want to take his time. I know he was up early. He is so busy. He's tired. You know, I want to respect the fact that he probably wants to get dinner. He wants to get a workout in, see his daughter, spend some time. It's going to be phenomenal. We are going to be in the building there. Again, want to thank TNA, Ross Foreman, for allowing us to have this opportunity to interview not just him, Carlos Silva. You know, he was awesome. You know, TNA has been awesome. Talk about, you know, extending the red carpet. It was awesome. I am excited for this weekend trip there, and Chris and I are going to be there. Chef Dan is going to be there. It's going to be a fun one, and all, you know, this guy's got us captivated. You know, he's got us captivated since the beginning inception, from that moment he came from the Palms back in TNA. We've been just following in, and my goodness, even before that, Chris goes beyond that, you know. Just seeing him there, the work he did in the previous stop, you know, with as a tag team, now is in this solo run. I can't stop saying what I'm excited for the whole card. We talked about it when we had, you know, definitely going to be there this weekend. We just got a whole weekend plan. So we're going to be all over the place from New York. We're going to run all over the whole city from the moment we get down Friday. You know, we're trying to see, we go to different shows where all the different things, certain things are opening up other places. So we don't, Matt, just to ask you, I don't know yet. We were at 70% of going out there to the respect card. So certain things have come up. So we're in a fence with that one. We were heading full steam ahead, but certain things have transpired, but we are just going to be there. We're going to be covering. We're going to have footage. We're going to have our camera. We have our equipment. We're going to, first time for our channel to be out there and we're going to be early at the UBS Arena. If you want to come and say hello, we'll definitely say hi. Or we want to meet everyone, want to shake everyone, want to say hello to everyone on the UBS Arena, outside the park or wherever. You know, we also want to get to see other people that we haven't met as well in the community. So we're excited. Slammiversary, again, our prediction, we don't even have to ask us who's going to win the main event. We already been saying this since January.
January, when this shit was announced. We've been we've been we've been talking about this since January. Slammiversary, Mike Santana, everything that has to do with it. And again, the fact that, you know, we made our dreams a reality, you know, by going to the show, talking to, you know, one of our favorite wrestlers, it's going to be such a great time. Everybody's going to put on a great show at Slammiversary. It's going to be TNA's biggest event ever. As a guy who's been watching TNA since 2008, 2009, I think I have a fair say, and, you know, predicting that's going to be the biggest show in that company's history. So to be a part of it, to, again, talk to the talent, TNA president Carlos Silva, I'm really appreciative, thankful for everybody at TNA, Ross Foreman, everybody who's made this happen. We cannot wait to celebrate with you guys on Sunday.
Not only that, I didn't want to. I wish I had a little more time, because I wanted to tell him when he mentioned about Joan Henry and Trick Williams first announced for the main event. I remember, if you look at my playback app and I post a video, I went on a freaking rant. when Mike wasn't announced and Santino volunteered the rematch clause, I went on an Uber type rant. I mean, I think I might have took out as many swear words as possible, because I was so mad. It should have been Mike Santana. And then when he beat AJ Francis on that street fight, boy, did we pop. I mean, I think Heather Wright was in that stream with us when I just went fuming. She could have testified.
I had to join
because to calm me down.
I literally was taking off that night, and I had to join. I'm like, yo, he's gonna get added. We're gonna make it. We want Santana. Let's start it. We're gonna make this happen.
I immediately went to Twitter, X, before my account got suspended for a moment for other reasons. I put it hashtag #WeMon Mike, and we just got it going with him sitting on that throne. And that's and we got it. I'm not taking credit. I'm just saying the power of the people. Everyone started seeing and starting to see what Mike meant. So with that said, man, we want to appreciate everyone. We're going to make this short. We want to thank everyone for joining us. Please subscribe. We definitely can't wait to see. We're going to have some footage. Yep. Yeah, you're correct. I went off. Mike Santana is our guy.
Shout out Heather for always being a real one, man.
Yes, and thank you, Matt. We appreciate Matt. He has a big match on
good luck, Matt.
Tag team scramble at Respect Card in New Jersey. We're try to make it out there. We want to try to make it out there. We appreciate everyone. We thank everyone. That was the Mike Santana interview that we've been waiting for. We appreciate again. It's a humbling experience. It was a great honor to speak to one of our favorites. It was an honor. Gracias un montón. Appreciate everyone. And again, let's go. Si tú eres boricua, pon tu bandera para el aire. Let's go. Mike Santana, let's do this. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time.